Hi Simmers, welcome back to the Newcrest Challenges, where we set up a new build challenge every week, react to each other's builds, and let you decide who won. I am Amanda, he is CJ, and this week we have a color challenge. Each of us got a random color from a color wheel, and we have to incorporate that into our builds. So for the color build, I got beige.
Yeah, like a dark taupe.
Yeah. And I kept staring at it and I almost cheated. I wanted another color. I wanted a yellow, a blue, something with personality, you know? And I had no idea what I was going to do here. But I didn't want to make it wood. That was, I got the beige. I was going to commit to the beige. Right? So I started and I fell in love with those windows, and I came very close to using them, and I thought that maybe we could do something ecological, eco-friendly, but then I spotted the outline of the person on the floor, and the story took off from there. This is the most boring couple in all of Sim existence. I did not make the couple because I don't know who they are, but I know what their story is. They just met each other years ago, moved into this beige apartment, and the apartment never changed, and neither did they. They are stuck in the same routine for the last 30 sim cycles of years.
Ooh.
Yeah, like they've been here forever. The Green Reaper refuses to show up. And as you can see, it's just beige on beige on beige. And it's going to continue to be beige on beige on beige.
It's kind of fun.
It was surprisingly fun to make this.
Yeah.
Because I was having a blast. I thought that, beige is going to be so boring. But then I was looking for the most boring items in the game that didn't come with interesting beige colors. I wanted the boring beige colors for it. Because they moved here and they just didn't have enough personality out of them to decorate the room. They're so stuck in their routine that they do not make changes. So for the last 30 years, they've lived in this apartment where there is no color. There's no hints of personality. Not even the art on the wall is going to have personality.
Wow.
And that sounds very sad. It is. But you do remember that in this build, there is an chalk outline of a person. Yeah. So one day, one of the couple disappeared.
Ooh.
Under mysterious reasons.
Ooh.
And we don't know where they are. And we're going to talk about that in a moment.
Excellent.
Yeah. So, again, let's get back to the boring things here. Even though it is boring, there's one thing that I love to do, and that is putting the two end counters together and just like a little, like it's not interesting in the greater context of beige, but it's just a little more dynamic.
Yeah,
just so that I could say, it's a little bit of shape. Because if I can't have the color to make it interesting, we're gonna have to add some shape to it, right? So that's one of the few things that's going to have some shape. And let's see here. Yeah, the light switch. A light switch that I should add to every room, but I never do, and I always add to like a bathroom or a kitchen.
That makes sense.
And then I forget. Yeah, I was looking for boring art, and even that sounded too interesting for these two people, for these two Sims. Too much personality.
Fair.
It's like, it's generic horse, and that's it.
Very Ken.
Yeah.
Ken and Barbie.
Yeah. Just once it's not horses anymore, I lost interest.
Exactly.
Yeah. Again, little shower area. Not interesting. Did I add? I should have added. Now that I'm thinking about it, I should have added just laundry room here. But yeah, in hindsight, it still works. Just a little seating thing. No, sorry, just a corner thingy there.
Little table.
A little table.
For
You
the
know, they
towels.
found it. Yeah, they found it somewhere in Mount Komorebi, and they brought the thing. Just, you know, oh, it's so interesting. It livens up the place.
Right.
You know, it's the most interesting thing about this.
Yeah.
And carpet. Okay, and again, I couldn't make the carpet show. It's beige too, so I had to
It
go
just
for
blends
text.
in.
It just everything blends in beige.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I add plants? I don't think I add plants. If I added plants, it was like 1.
Right.
Yeah, it's just like boring, little 2 chairs, because it's only 2 people that live here. They did not have kids or pets. They're just, you know, going through the motions until one day one of them disappears. Excuse me. And yeah, we have, okay, the cow plant. Is there a cow plant that is dead inside the jar? Because I feel like it would be a dead jar, dead cow plant. They did not water that cow plant.
Think it is supposed to be alive.
Yeah, I wish I had a dead one. But yeah, let's pretend that one is dead. Generic art. Livens up the place. There's green in it.
Yeah.
You know.
Right. Littlest bit.
Littlest bit. The pears. When are you going to use the pears?
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. It's a gallery wall full of personality. Indeed, indeed. And the picture of someone's grandpa. Oh, I didn't keep that one. Yeah. It's just, again, even with the boring art, it's still more interesting than I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
I also wanted it to feel like it's an older couple.
It does.
Yeah, so radio. I don't think we have a TV either. It's been a while since I made this. But yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
it's almost giving like retirement community.
yeah, I don't want to think of it as a retirement community, because if we do make a retirement community at some point, I want it to be a nice place to live.
Oh, no. For sure,
But,
for sure.
yeah.
If we were intentionally making a retirement
Yeah,
community, it would be nicer than
Also, I don't
This
want a
looks
dead
like
body in it.
a real world
Yeah.
retirement facility that are
Yeah.
not quite so nice and are often guilty of elder abuse.
Yeah. So that was the real moment for the
Yeah.
for the video. Yeah, okay. No, that is not, we are not abusing the elders, okay?
These people are just boring.
These people are so boring. And like there is one interesting piece of art, and it's the sad clown. And this is one of the couples, because I don't know what their genders are in this one. I'm leaning more towards man and woman, but there's some gender dynamics that we're gonna go through here. Because the spouse that worked, they worked at this little office every day for 30 years, and their job was to write manuals. Very boring.
Tech writer.
A tech writer, yeah, but not like a good one.
Fair.
Just, yeah. So it's an isolated corner where they wrote their things every day, but one day, mysteriously, among the dead plants, the pictures of pears, the person just disappeared. Not dead. Don't look at the chalk. Don't look
Sure.
at the outline. No murder has been committed here at all. You know, it's just people sometimes just disappear.
Yeah.
They do. And when that happens, it is normal for their spouse to just forget about their office, where they spent day in and day out typing and typing and typing. And it's might have gotten onto the person's nerves, probably, but they loved each other very much. You know, the other person was in mourning for many, many days.
Oh, yes.
And a few hours, too.
Mm-hmm.
Incredibly so. Yeah. Very sad. Very, very sad. Anyway, so we're moving on to a nice little sitting area with no personality whatsoever. Just matching base game. Oh, it didn't even match. I think that is a lighter. Yeah, it's a little lighter. I don't know if that's a Sims thing or Amanda thing. That phone is the whole reason I played the time event.
Yeah.
I love that phone. How do you call it? A rotary phone?
A rotary phone.
A rotary phone, yeah. And I haven't seen them since I was a child.
Mm-hmm.
Because, they don't exist anymore, but they're so nice.
They're charming.
They're charming.
The clack, clack, clack.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as missing when cell phones were the clamshell type, so you
Oh,
could
yeah.
snap them closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just, oh, look at that. All of the places they never got to visit.
Mm.
Yes, because they're always stuck inside.
Yeah.
Always. Because, they were a writer, a technical writer. Why would they leave the house? The house is fine and safe. You know?
A little bit agoraphobic,
A
maybe?
little bit agoraphobic, maybe. I don't want to speak for people who have agoraphobia. I'm just introverted. But, it's been so long since they saw the outside.
Through anything more than that window.
Through anything more than that window. And again, don't want too many mirrors. I don't want nice things.
Mm-hmm.
I want things that have been there a while. That you would have to look at day in and day out and go a little bit crazy looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit yellow wallpaper right now.
A little bit yellow wallpaper, yes. Exactly. If you've read the yellow wallpaper, which I haven't, I know what it is about, and it's in my TBR forever. But that is definitely the vibe we're going with here. And the piano came from someone's mother who expected one of their children to learn the piano. They never did. It's just there.
Right, just an investment.
It's just not even an investment. It's like an inheritance.
Yeah.
A constant reminder of how they fell short of their parents' expectations.
The burden of the past.
The burden of the past.
Jeez.
This got really dark. I did want a little bit of wallpaper.
That is a gorgeous wallpaper.
Oh, it's beautiful. And it's, again, I could believe that this is a boring wallpaper in this context. I thought of just keeping it the plain beige, but it's a little too boring for my taste. Not for their taste, but for my taste. So I started looking for some activities to put in the house. Like, what are they doing now that, while their spouse was typing, what was this other person doing? And I think they were crocheting the same thing over and over and over again. I wish I could have kept that standing, but I didn't. And since their spouse disappeared, how has life changed?
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted one pop of color to indicate that this person, now that, the spouse has disappeared, heavy quotation marks, they are ready to move on. And
Nice.
Now they're embracing the purple.
Excellent.
Yes.
Alright, so here's my build. My color was more of a lilac color. So,
You got an interesting color.
pretty pink. I was also tempted to cheat. Even though pink is a nice, interesting color that's easy to work with in The Sims, you can do a lot with it. I don't like pink. I'm sorry, I just don't. It's not my favorite. But I have been doing a lot of pink builds recently. Just by coincidence. So it wasn't difficult or challenging, really. It was fun. I like the results.
That's good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to respect the pink slender.
I know.
Yeah, because pink is my favorite color.
Yeah.
Like Barbie pink, that is my thing. That is my color. I love it so much. But given the history, I understand why you don't like it.
Yeah, my relationship with pink is more complicated.
Yeah, I respect that. It's not just a matter of taste; it's a matter of trauma. So
Yeah. Well, and very much that is genuine, because the further I get in transitioning, the more comfortable I am with pink.
oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's the same with female singers. That bothered me for so many years, is that I didn't like listening to female singers, like bands with female singers. I just didn't listen to them very often. I didn't prefer that kind of music. I stayed away from it. Something about it took me so long. It took me going on testosterone and having my voice change, and then being with this voice for years for me to realize, oh, I never disliked the female singers. I disliked listening to female voices in headphones because it turned my head voice into a more feminine voice.
Oh,
So now that I know my voice sounds like this,
yeah.
I can listen to amazing singers that I couldn't listen to before because having their voice in my head disturbed me.
You know that like every time we talk, I discover a new side of dysphoria.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that to be funny. That it's literally, there are loads of things that you have taught me about gender dysphoria I didn't even know were a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that was years ago, where you said that whenever you go to a place, someone needs to go to the bathroom before you to check, what the situation is, including safety situation.
Yes.
And yeah, like that is not something that I ever had to think about.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh God, I hope it's clean.
Yeah, exactly. No, and that's totally normal, right? Like, we can only know the things that we have a chance to experience.
True.
Right? That's
Yeah.
why it's so important to listen to other people's stories and gain from their experience. Because no one person on this planet could even have half of the possible experiences.
Yeah.
So.
And also believe people when they tell you.
Yeah.
Don't think that you know more. Like, not to get preachy, but don't ever think that you know better about someone's firsthand experience than they do. That is very important to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we should be talking about The Sims now.
Going back to the build,
We will
the
go back
floor
to the-
plan for this, it did take me a while. I knew what I wanted the outside of the build to look like.
I'm
'cause,
loving the outside.
pink, I went stereotypical. I did. I was like, all right, we're going to do a cute little cottage. I'm going to put it in Henford on Bagley. It's, it's going to be...
It's a safe place.
It's going to be Grandma's cottage.
Yep, that's fair.
That's what it is.
And now we got it with the pink. Like, I'm waiting for the pink, CJ.
It's coming. It's
promised the pink.
It's coming. I did try, because it is kind of like that dark pink, a little bit purpley kind of lilac color, like baked raspberries-ish. It's not we don't have exactly that color in The Sims in a lot.
Yeah.
But we've got so much that's close to it that I just kind of mixed my pinks and purples to create the effect of that color.
Okay, yeah.
Versus
That would work.
just strictly having it, yeah.
I do like your floor plan.
I
know
like
that you
the way it
said,
turned out.
Yeah, you were struggling with it, but it feels really good to look at.
Yeah, and I like what I did with the chimney, actually using that as usable space.
Yeah. It's that thing, like, what are you going to do with a single tile?
Yeah. Yeah,
It's a bathroom or it's a laundry room.
In this case, it is a storage room.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, I just made it into a cute little storage area. It's
The
even
second
got
floor?
the, like... No, that little chimney
the downstairs,
room.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that bed is pretty.
That bed is so pretty.
Which pack is that one from?
That is from high school years.
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah,
And
I
used
like purple.
That is the closest, I think, to the color.
Would it be like a mauve?
But dark.
But dark, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when we did choose a color, we knew we weren't going to have a color wheel.
Yeah.
So it's the closest color range.
Yeah, that's the challenge,
yeah.
right?
And yours would be mauve.
Yeah.
Which is it's a Grammarly color.
It's definitely an IELTS test kind of color.
Can you explain to us what an IELTS test is?
An IELTS test is the International English Language Test. Is that all it stands for?
International English Language Test. S. System?
Oh, that's right.
Is it system?
I think so.
Yeah, I took it. I actually had to take it to immigrate, so...
Took part of it.
You took... Oh, yeah.
I took part of it, obviously not to immigrate,
Yeah.
but I took part of it to learn as an English language teacher.
We are
what
both,
the test would be like.
We are both English language teachers. CJ is Canadian. I am Brazilian.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to take the IELTS to get my citizenship and my PR.
Mm-hmm.
Which permanent residency is basically a green card. And sometimes you were saying I never had to take it, but I know people from French-speaking countries.
Oh yes,
that have to take the French test when they come here. Yeah.
No, it gets worse. There are people from English-speaking countries that have to take an English proficiency exam.
It's super stupid
to immigrate to Canada.
Yeah,
and I'm talking about
England.
Singapore.
Oh, not England.
I don't think England, because I don't think
we
you
are
still need...
technically...
Exactly. King
we
Charles
were colonized.
is the king.
Yeah, okay. Maybe Ireland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So ridiculous, Jamaica.
Yeah.
It's stupid. What language do they speak in Jamaica that isn't English?
Yeah. It's if you ever do take that test, it is a pain.
It is, yeah.
I don't want to say that it's hard, because I was fluent when I took it. I did fine. I knew I would be fine. But I also taught students to take it. And it is a very stressful thing, because if you don't get a good grade, you don't stay in the country, depending on the visa situation that you have. So, yeah. How did we get here? We were talking the IELTS.
We were. We were talking about English.
Okay,
yeah.
You said mauve is a... Okay.
We were talking about the mauve.
Mauve is one of the words that is, common but uncommon enough in day-to-day situations that they would definitely have in the test.
It'll give you a good test score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you know what it means and if you know how to use it in a sentence.
Exactly.
More points to you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And there's the storage.
This is the storage room. I'm going to put the water pipe in the corner.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So it's just very, very simple. The only thing in there that's actually gameplay oriented is the seasons box. So you can decorate the house for events. But yeah, it's very simple but very cute. I was thinking retired teacher probably lives here. Probably someone that never got married, never had kids, but has a big family of kind of adopted children, former students, neighborhood kids, etc., that kind of are allowed to just drop in whenever.
Nice.
Yeah. Knock on the door. Hey, do you have any cookies?
What did she put in the cookies?
Sugar. Lots of sugar.
Yeah, sure.
And butter. All the sugar and fat.
I love the stand mixer.
I love the stand mixer so much.
I just got one this year, and it's so glad I have it. I wish you were using more of the color, I'm not gonna lie. But I know you got a hard color.
Yeah.
To find items in.
Well, and again, I'm trying to mix it, so the pink in the floor plus the pink on the walls is supposed to kind of combine with, that red jug that I just put down is supposed to bring in a little bit more of that deepness to the color.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to kind of do that rather than everything just be one color. But I am trying to keep it very, very neutral when it's not pink.
Oh, are you keeping a pet?
I put a pet bowl in there. I think I put a dog bed in.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have an old dog.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, the only part of the monarchy that I've ever appreciated, really,
the corgis.
is those wonderful, like, you know, pictures and videos of Queen Elizabeth out in the moors in Scotland with the dogs.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's the only part where I'm like, aw, that's nice. I want to do that.
Those dogs lived better than we do.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Undeniable.
Undeniably, those dogs had a good life.
Yeah.
So before you feel sorry for the dogs, like, oh, they're being paraded, nah, they're living better than most people.
They had wonderful, wonderful
They
lives.
have wonderful, wonderful lives. Indeed, indeed.
Mm-hmm. That little hook in that corner was so... Like, I knew I was going to use it for a closet, but a difficult little nook to decorate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I could not figure out for the life of me where I wanted this bed.
I love that bed. That color, that's a
So
good bed.
Mm-hmm.
Very particular.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. The high school years has great items.
It has really great personality items.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I love because I think that's what that pack was supposed to have.
Yes. Because you are a teenager, you are supposed to be developing your personality.
Exactly.
And it has some really good neutral shades as well. So that is a pack that's really worth buying still, I would say, in my opinion.
Think so. It gives you good variety.
Yeah, I was looking at the items on the Business and Hobbies, which, as of recording this, has released like two weeks ago.
Yep.
Yeah. And I'm not in a rush to buy it.
Yeah.
Because the items are very bland.
Yeah, more and more I just want, like, to be able to select certain things out of a pack.
Yeah. Which is, like, my toxic opinion is that I really like kits because of that.
Right.
Because you spend less money, but you get things that you are going to use.
Yeah.
But I know that's unpopular, so...
Yeah, my issue with kits is the price related to the number of items you get compared to the other types of packs.
Yes. Could be a little cheaper.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And you know what? You could have twisted that...
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot about this.
What?
So the one thing that I was like, I'm going to give this old lady some personality, something different about her. And I think I was thinking about Ted Lasso. So I was like, a darts player.
Oh!
She's going to be a darts player. So she's in the pub every night playing darts and kicking ass.
Nice.
Yeah, because that's fun.
She's hustling. I can see her hustling.
No, I think she's too nice to hustle. I think she's like a retired kindergarten teacher type thing.
Okay.
Plays the piano. Like, she's a sweetheart. She's the last person. If she wanted to hustle darts, she would clear everyone out.
Nice.
But she's too nice to do that.
Oh, the blanket.
Yeah, gave her a picnic blanket in the back garden. Because, hey, she's retired, never married. She needs a woohoo blanket in her backyard.
She needs a woohoo blanket.
She's allowed to have fun.
Don't we all need
She's
a
at the
woohoo?
pub every night.
She's
Come
the
on.
pub every night.
She's
yeah.
enjoying her 70s.
Yeah,
like...
good for her.
Yes.
That is really good.
Yeah.
And there comes the landscaping.
Yeah.
The dreaded landscaping.
I didn't do much. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
A lot of lupins.
Those
some
flowers
hydrangeas.
bleached. Yeah, that's a pretty tree.
It is.
The dual color.
Mm-hmm.
Really good contrast.
Yeah.
And nice.
And then we're going to get just a few things out front with that bicycle to finish up the...
The cat.
No, that one's the corgi. That's the dog.
It's a corgi.
Yeah, there's a cat mailbox and a dog mailbox. That one's the dog mailbox.
Oh, it's the little corgi. She has corgis.
Yeah. And some bird stuff out by the living room window so she can sit in her bay window seat and look at the birds in the bird feeder.
Oh, I would play here.
Oh, I would
100% play here.
This is like my dream house, other than the fact that it's pink. I just want someplace to sit and...
This is my dream house, other than the fact that it could be pinker.
Yeah. Fair. It's neither of our color schemes.
It's neither of our color scheme.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
That's it.
I love the shape. Again, I love the shape. I like that, again, you're using the different texture of roof, which is something that I never do. And I should. I should try different things.
I like the interest that it gives to the outside of a house. Or the outside of a build.
And the clock.
Yep.
Again, another great item. Yeah,
and plant. And then I think I just have a few more pieces of clutter and that's it. And then this build is done. But I really did like how this came out. Like, I think
that's really nice.
Yeah.
And it is a hard color to work with.
Yeah. When I first opened the color
wheel,
generator thing, it was a turquoise color, and I was like, I would have done turquoise in a moment.
Yep. Same. I think I got the yellow when I first opened. I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to do it again. That was actually because we hadn't really agreed to do it. Like the first time I opened it was when we first mentioned the challenge, and I opened it and it's like, yellow! Oh god, I'm not gonna have yellow again.
Yeah.
Then okay, let's find out the app now that it's confirmed. It's blue! I cannot use the blue, I have to generate now.
Yeah.
And then I got the beige.
Yeah.
Oh, the dreaded beige. The mom recipe book.
Yep.
Oh.
Some pictures on the wall. Some cookbooks up on top of the fridge.
I can see her having, like, other than the students and, chosen family, big blood family as well. Like 5 brothers and sisters who each have, like, 2 to 5 children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is everybody's aunt.
This is everybody's aunt. Exactly. Yeah. Like, you don't have where to go, you come to auntie. Oh, that's so nice. Yeah. I'm like, we've done a lot of builds, and we have done a lot of builds with elders lately. Have you noticed that? Are we projecting? Are we feeling old? I think that's it.
Well, I was going to say, this isn't surprising for you because you have that kind of natural affinity towards elders anyways, right?
Do I?
Like, you do.
I do.
You have a pretty healthy, strong, natural respect for your elders.
I do. Yeah, okay,
really
that I can agree with.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a cultural thing, but...
Nature, nurture, who knows?
I did.
You talk a lot about your great aunt.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Versus like I talk a lot about kids, being around kids.
That's true.
That's more my
my
group that I can tolerate.
I like kids. I don't want them, but I cannot wait to be an aunt.
Yeah,
which is good. Yeah,
I adore kids.
I also, when I was a teenager, I spent a lot of time, teenager and early 20s, I spent a lot of time with older women because I was in a writing group. And I was the only young person who was interested in doing that.
Right.
And everybody else was with retired women. And there was such a nice connection that I had with those people. Like we would come in, we would read our writing and just review it and provide feedback.
Yeah.
Not unlike what we're doing now.
You're right.
But we had some really interesting discussions about being an older person, being a younger person, being specifically an older generation woman.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. One of the biggest discussions that we had was actually about gender.
Oh,
it was more on the transphobic side because older generation. So, but it was a long talk that we had that particular session. So yeah, that was the beginning of my relationship with gender.
Simmers, thank you so much for watching. Who do you think had the best build? Drop a pink heart for Amanda or a blue heart for CJ in the comments below. Hope to see you next week. We'll be posting a new video every Thursday.